We finally find out what happened in room 606. This is the Grand Hotel After Show, Season 1, Episode 12. Let's do it.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
What is up, everybody? How are we doing on this Labor Day? This Labor Day.
It is Labor Day.
It is Labor Day. Happy Labor Day, everybody, and welcome to the Grand Hotel After Show. This episode was every time I keep saying this episode is crazy. It keeps getting crazier every single time. So I'm excited to talk about this episode. What's up, guys? My name's Rachel, and I'm here with Chae, our prediction. Nostradamus. Who was predicting stuff all night.
I mean, no, Rachel predicted things. She predicted the one thing I did not get, actually. So I was like, okay.
That's very true. I did have a hot prediction tonight. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
I never get the applause. This was rude.
And my name's Rachel, lover of reality TV, but also scripted drama is also one of my favorite things. Because
that is true.
I was on a reality show, so I love that drama life, I guess. But we have got some hot news coming up as well, and like I said, we're going to be talking about this crazy episode. What happened in room 606? We're diving into that. We're going to give our theories. We've got some hot predictions, some really hot news coming up, so you're going to want to stick around. But I just want to get into overall thoughts of the episode. Chae, tell me about what you thought of this episode in general.
Well, that was a really great episode because I know we talked about it a little bit. This is like a downer.
Yeah,
it was a little sad.
Very sad.
But we got answers that we now know what happened to Beatrice, which is great. Though I actually loved my theory better. Like I kind of wish she's still alive somewhere and not.
Yeah,
dead.
Yeah. You had predicted that she wasn't. I predicted that she was killed, but I didn't know it was by suicide.
That is like the suicide threw me.
Yeah, that was definitely. That was a curveball. I wasn't expecting that one.
I mean, it was just also great just to see even LaGloria in the episode and just see like the different dynamics that she's playing. But I totally called the bipolar thing. I legit would love to say that.
She did. She called it. That's why we call it. Wait, that's why we call you the predictionist. No. Oh, there's a clap.
Yay. What were your overall thoughts?
Oh, my overall thoughts. Well, I kind of said it. I walked in here. I was like, that was a little depressing. The episode was just, there was a lot of hard topics tonight, and again, we need to touch on those hard topics anyway. I'm glad that they're bringing up these very serious issues. But yeah, it was just a lot. And we're going to get into our first topic, which is Malcolm, and the fact that we find out that his cancer has actually spread to his brain, and that he stopped chemo 2 weeks ago. And then at the end of the episode, we see him having a stroke. Yeah. And then we find out Malcolm is not the father. You are not the father. I'll just dive right into that with Jason being.
I caught that though.
Jason is Santiago's son. Mrs. P and Santiago had an affair 15 years ago, which we'll get in
which
more
is
to
now 25 years. Obviously,
yeah. So would it? Tell me what you thought about this. Were you
the stumbling? I love it right now
because that was what I felt when it was happening. I was like, what is going on? So talk about that. How surprising that was for you. Did you see this coming with Jason?
Right until she said the 15 years. And as soon as she said the 15 years, when she gave an exact time frame, I was just, in my mind, I had a moment where just like, don't tell me Jason is the baby. Santiago's baby or son. It threw me, because I called it, but I'm also just like, I don't want to be right. But it also explains
You called that?
A little bit, yeah. When you were watching, you were so focused, you didn't hear me.
No,
but I was like, do not, that's all I was banging the table. I was like, do not tell me that Jason is Santiago's right now.
Yeah, that was just, that came from left field, so.
But I also was thinking kind of, in a way, makes sense, because Malcolm seems very calm. Like, he doesn't have a very
short fuse.
The short fuse, which would explain a lot. I mean, granted, Mrs. Fuse can seem, but she's more calm about her fuse when it happens. And Jason also doesn't explode a lot too. But when he does, like him and Javi went at it, and that was something we weren't used to.
Yeah.
Or even him, giving Ingrid the cold shoulder. It doesn't always seem like his personality to do that, which also just it seems like something Santiago would do.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. That Jason has a bit of a temper on him, and you can definitely see parallels between himself and Santiago. So that's one thing, at least like the writers got right in it. Having that in there makes sense, and you can kind of use that as a parallel. But yeah, I just I don't know. I'm like so blown away by that.
I mean, because as soon as so listening to Mr. P tell the story to Beatrice, and she's saying we did it. It was just after my miscarriage, and I'm assuming you didn't just have sex with your husband right after your miscarriage. So the numbers started adding up in my brain. Yeah. And I'm thinking, okay, so this was 15 years ago. Jason's 24, 25. Oh my gosh.
And I had said also, does Santiago know that Jason is his son? That is because we did see what we saw in room 606, which again, we're going to get into that more in depth, but there was a note that was left. We found out what the note said at the end of the episode, thank God, because we were pausing it in the studio,
we paused it,
trying to read it.
And I'm like, why she got to write in cursive? You could even just write in
so we see that we see in the note, clearly it is known now that Jason and Santiago's son, but we don't know if Santiago knows. Do you think Santiago knows?
I think that is a secret Gigi kept.
I think so too, because if we again go back into the episode when we see them finally tell Javi and Alicia about what really happened. So we see them go there, and then I think one of the lines was, now we know, no more lies. I'm glad we told them the whole truth and the full truth thing, and you could just see on Gigi's face. So I don't think Santiago knows.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing she kept. That's what she was. Last week she was searching the room so crazily. She was looking for that note.
That's right. That note that ended up being in the vent that we saw that Danny found.
Everybody just keep things in vents. I feel like that was the same thing with Veronica Mars. You want to hide something, you hide it in a vent. Nobody checks vents like that, apparently. Yeah. I'm going to have to use that as a hiding place one day.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Just a lot going on there. And again, I mean, it's just really, it's so sad to see what's happening with Malcolm and
the stroke at the stroke at the end. So he started gibbering. So the gibbering happened, I was like, oh, he's about to have a stroke. Yeah. And his body movements are kind of not, he's not even in control of his motor functions at this point.
Yeah. And that's such a hard topic and a hard discussion, because as we know, I mean, cancer is so horrible, and it's taken away so many wonderful, beautiful people out of our lives. I'm sure we can all have stories. So that one really just hits me in the gut. That story with him, and
that's how my dad died. So.
Yeah. So I mean, because we can all find parallels and really relate to that storyline. So I'm hoping for the best for Malcolm. We want to hope the best for him.
I do. At least, especially after the stroke, I really hope that they do get a chance to go to Paris. They get to have the time that they need to have with each other before it's no longer an option.
Yeah, and that was nice to see, because I know, one of my best friends, her mother passed away from cancer, and I remember right before she passed away, they did the whole bucket list thing where they checked off everything and went and traveled and did so many fun things together. So it just really gets me.
One of my friend, her mom wasn't going to see Christmas, so they did Christmas in June.
Yeah.
Which is why every June, she still does Christmas in June for her mom.
Yeah, it's super sweet. Well, we're sending you the best wishes out there, Malcolm, but I do want to send it over to Chae and tell the viewers, give them a little shout out.
Thank you guys so much, before we go to the next topic, for tuning into us every week after week, checking out the channel. From dramas to comedies to sci-fi to reality, because we cover them all here at AfterBuzz TV, and we love doing what we do here. But to keep doing it, we need your help. So if you're watching us right now on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to leave a comment with your theories, how you're enjoying the shows, and all the oh my god moments that we've been having this season.
Yeah.
Because there's been a lot of them. But if you're listening to us right now on iTunes, hit that 5-star. The 1 through 4 unfortunately are broken. They don't work. They blew up along with the Finn Hotel. They just don't work.
Oh yeah, the Finn Hotel. I'm like, what happened to the Finn Hotel?
Nothing. He can't rebuild. He can't do anything at the Finn Hotel.
Yes.
We just want to say thank you so much for making us the ESPN of TV Talk. And I just want to give you guys a shout out in the chat right now. We have Kelly Samaja Atkins. I really hope I pronounced your name correct. And Victoria Diana and Cadis Astrama de Razel. Yeah. That's what I did. And I'm going to throw it back to Rachel.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you guys so much for just always supporting us and just being awesome. We love to hear comments. We love to hear what you're thinking about the episode. You know, ask us some questions so that we can answer and we can get our brains working a little bit, because we love hearing from you. Somebody that said they were in love this episode and we're going to get married, Carolina.
I mean, she was blinded. I was blinded. Like, I'm sorry, I've been sitting at the ring.
Speaking of love,
day.
or speaking of not love, want to get into that messy little relationship. So we see Byron comes back and Carolina, they start their relationship back up. And then he does a dirty little trick on her and decides to say, hey, I don't have my family's approval. I don't have any money. Sorry about it. And we see her, as expected, switch on a dime and say, oh, I'm sorry, I can't get married. But, you know, I can't marry you now. It's just like, it doesn't work out. But it has nothing to do with the money. Girl, yes, it does. So,
I mean, it had a little bit to do with the money, and also the fact that she really just doesn't want to marry Byron. She was just blinded by the bling.
yeah.
It was just true. Girl was blinded. I'm blinded by the ring. When he first put it out, I'm like, can I see?
Yeah, I mean, it was absolutely gorgeous. I mean, that's something really, I mean, I could never marry for money. Maybe. I don't know. I could never marry for money. I'm too much of a hopeless romantic. I love love.
I know, but also love is messy. So for me, I don't believe in a perfect love so much as I believe in the messy side of it. Mm-hmm. Because for me, the messiness is real, and that's what love is to me. At least how I define it.
Yeah. So would you marry for money or would you marry for love?
I'd marry for love. I mean, if he has some money, cool. And if he doesn't, I've been po my life.
Yeah.
I'm okay. Like, I'm still here, right? So, I mean,
Yeah.
I can still find, there's a lot of things, like, you can do simply. I'm a very low maintenance person. If you take me to the freaking,
So we have a dating ad going on right
broad,
now.
if you take, like, no, bro, if you take me to like the broad or just to a movie, I am super happy. I don't need fancy things I never have. And I don't understand why. I can understand the concept of why people are into it.
Yeah.
But for me as a person, too flashy. I've been happier at home.
Yeah, you can take me to a Chili's or an Outback Steakhouse any day of the week. I'll tell you all that real quick.
That's how you get. That's how you get.
That's how you date me. You take me to Chili's. Take me to the Wendy's. Maybe the Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, let's do a picnic. Like, we'll pick up Chick-fil-A, go on a picnic, and I'm super happy. Okay?
Yeah. So then we also see with the Yoli Carolina storyline, we see at the end they said, you know, we're not a one big happy family. We're not going to have the money at the end of this, which is another reason why she wanted to marry Byron, for the money, because they feel like their family is not a whole unit. It's not one.
Yes.
And we see that addressed at the end a little bit with Gigi talking to Santiago, saying, you know, you don't accept my kids. It's your kids and my kids. We're not blended together. I mean, how do you feel about that? Do you agree with her?
I get because in my mind it's been 10 years since they got married. In my mind, why haven't you changed their last names? How come you haven't adopted them as yours?
Yeah, because they haven't.
Really
so who
weird.
hasn't changed their last names?
Carolina and Yoli, they're not Mendozas.
They're not
right?
Mendozas. That's
so
right.
in my mind, how come Santiago didn't adopt them in those 10 years when they were still younger girls?
Yeah, that is a bit strange, and you know they haven't told them about Beatrice or what happened.
So I mean, everybody's still keeping secrets at the end of the day.
Yeah, there's so many secrets.
One side is keeping a secret from the other side. But it's also something that I think it's become the norm. It's become their nature now.
Yeah.
Because nobody feels like they are on one. Mm-hmm. So it makes sense, but it's also just like, Mom, you need to take notice. The only reason I actually even wanted to marry him was because I need some place to go. I don't have any skills.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty. That's a skill.
Yeah.
And you always say that's kind of what I need too. So you either want me to go for what you taught me, or you want me to have independence. You can't kind of do both right now.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, they definitely raised some really good points with the fact that they're like, we are not a full family. And I hope that, I'm just hopeful that, they can.
But she was like, we got to change your will. I would have been like, to what?
I don't know if Santiago's going to do that. We'll see.
I mean, I love you. And you did just steal some money from Felix, right? But, and also, I don't even think Yoli has told Santiago and Gigi that Felix called her. So he's still a unknown entity at this point, too.
Oh, yeah, because in the last episode we saw, he called, he said, tell him he should have killed me when he had the chance. Yeah. So we don't even know. I mean, again, just so many storylines and so many small random things have happened. This season has been wild. That's all I'm saying. Something else that was wild tonight was Mateo. We saw at the end of the last episode that he actually killed Teresa. And then we see him kind of I think Santiago thought he was going to get rid of Mateo now. He's like, Teresa's out of the picture. I love how he just like subtly said that he killed her too. He's like, yeah, she's not here anymore. And
like, she's not coming back.
Yeah. And like Santiago's like, oh, gee.
Like, geez, dude, like how
Mateo's killed before.
Right? He killed Nelson.
That's right.
He had no problem killing Teresa.
Yeah, Mateo's a scary one. But yeah, we see that he is blackmailing him now with some surveillance footage that we got a little bit at the end of the episode. We saw kind of a little bit of that surveillance footage that we'll find out what happened to Sky next. Gosh, there's just so much, guys. So we see that he's blackmailing, saying, I want a share of the hotel. I want a 50-50 partnership. So it'll be interesting to kind of see what happened with that and what this footage is the night of the hurricane. What do you think is on that surveillance footage?
Well, we saw Gigi in her amazing white jumpsuit. This woman has amazing jumpsuits in the show.
Yeah, that outfit and that hair was on point.
Can my hair do that when it's raining? Like, I just want it like that.
Forget all the blood on her. Her hair was on point.
Her hair was really on point, but I mean, I noticed the blood too. And she was in shock and she's just crying. And it seems like she was
the killer, but it's not that easy.
But it's not that easy.
They're not gonna do that. She couldn't have been the one that did it.
I think she might have found her though.
Maybe she found her. Yeah, I think that would be too easy of a cop out to have her doused in blood and then say, "Oh, it was Gigi." No, clearly it wasn't.
No, especially from the promos a little bit. Like, she was like, "Oh my god!" So she knows. That's another secret she's keeping. Mm-hmm. She knows what happened to Sky.
Yeah.
It seems like. I think it's funny, though, because I don't think we talked about this, but she's always talking about Santiago keeping secrets and being honest and everything, but she has her own secrets.
Exactly.
And it's, for me...
There's so many, it's like, I don't know. She wants to complain all the time about him keeping secrets when she has a suicide note.
Yeah, you have your own secrets. You have a suicide note that you get from Beatrice. You do know what happened to Sky. And maybe you just haven't told anybody. And that's just... I'm all for... Like, when you're in a marriage, you're talking to your partner and just being honest. Mm-hmm. But then you can't complain about the other person not being honest when you're not being honest either.
Oh, yeah, 100%. It's... you can't do that. Can't complain about something you're doing the exact same thing. But, just this whole episode.
That's like you... cheating and then finding out your spouse cheated on you, and then but you not saying, oh yeah, I cheated too.
Yeah, no, 100%.
You're just like, oh, okay, cool, get your stuff and get out.
Yeah, a lot of everything that's going on with Gigi. I'm like, I do not know what's next. How's the chat room looking?
The chat, they want to know if Victoria and Christina want to know if we think one, if we think Danny's going to tell Alicia, and two, we believe that Danny and Alicia will end up together and get back together?
Say that one more time.
Victoria wants to know, do we think Danny's going to tell Alicia about the note?
Is Danny going to tell? Yes, 100%.
And then Christina wants to know, do you guys believe that Danny and Alicia will end up together and get back together?
Will end up together? Probably.
Yeah,
I think so.
I definitely actually believe that.
100%.
Like now, especially now that like they're in 606, and it seems like now that she's planning on helping him, and she actually knows she's in the circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is nothing, like, there is no more secrets between them at this point. Obviously, unless he doesn't tell her about that note. But obviously, she sees you reading a note. So what you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely going to tell her about this note. And I want to get and jump right into kind of the big storyline tonight, the big topic, which was Beatrice. We finally got really in depth into Eva Longoria's character, and so nice to see her on the screen. So we see that you were right. She does have bipolar disorder, and she did not want the kids to know.
I will say Lincoln had a great poker face.
What'd you say?
Lincoln had a great poker face while I was saying all this too.
He did.
I had to give it up. He had a great poker face while I was going through my theory about that.
Yeah, you were definitely on point. And then I predicted that she did commit suicide. I had predicted that. She didn't want the kids to know. Didn't want the kids to know about it. So we see that the doctor had ruled it a cardiac arrest, and actually it was suicide. So I mean, this whole long topic, yeah. So we saw throughout the episode, Javi and Alicia, they saw that the hotel had been signed 2 months before she died. Did Santiago have something to do with this? We find out that he didn't, and I mean, just a big topic tonight.
And then she got upset about the whole Gigi staying, but in my mind when she was saying it, I was like, girl, you told him to go say that they can stay.
Oh, when
she was like, he wanted her to stay on our anniversary.
But wasn't she the one that? Yeah, exactly.
That was my point. And in my mind, I'm just like, you told him to have them let them stay here.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I'm just like, why are you upset? But I get it because she probably was also dealing with her manic episode-ish in a way.
Yeah.
And just spinning off the top.
Yeah.
And then that's what she's noticing is, they seem closer than they maybe should be. But if they've been dealing with this for years, since the kids were 5, 6, 7, that's a long time. They will bond over that. They've been keeping the secret from everybody, mostly, except for maybe the doctor and Helen.
Yeah.
Gigi and Santiago.
Gigi and Santiago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they bonded. I never thought that they had did it until after she died. They got together. Mm-hmm. But her to just go straight there, I was just kind of, I need you to take a breath.
On what part?
When she was accusing, she thought that Gigi and Santiago with Gigi.
Yeah, no, 100%. When she was talking to Mrs. P, you said?
Yes.
Yeah, when she was talking to Mrs. P, and she was talking about, I think that they're cheating. But I mean, if somebody cheats on me, I'm gonna think quite possibly, something could be going on. I mean, it did look a little sketchy, but it also has a lot to do with her bipolar disorder for her, thinking that.
Yeah, and then we found out that she was the one that got the hotel into its financial situation in the first place with Felix.
Yes, so
and
we
Felix
see that.
preyed upon that too.
Yes, exactly.
Thought he was a good guy, huh? I told you.
No, he's a bad guy. I know.
Yay, she admitted it. I'm happy.
I admit it. But yeah, so I mean, were you expecting that? Were you expecting it to be a suicide? You were expecting her to be alive?
I was still expecting her to be alive. Maybe they put her in a psych ward or something to deal with it. Mm-hmm. That was the secret they were keeping. I did not expect the suicide whatsoever. But in a way, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Especially as we're going through the episode and we actually know what's written in the note. She felt that her disease was keeping Santiago from being happy, from keeping him from connecting with Jason. And she couldn't do it anymore. She couldn't keep the secret. Because she's already dealing with a huge secret of her own from her children.
Yeah.
So on top of learning that.
It just definitely seems like she just was dealing with way too much stuff for her brain to even handle or comprehend, and decided that this was her best way out and her only way out, her only option. It's really sad when somebody does get to that point that they go, this is my only option to live a happy life. So...
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. Live a.
I
know what you meant. Yeah. So I was just like, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, like, she's just saying, like, this is my only way out. This is my only way out. Yeah.
This is the only choice I have to let maybe even the secrets die with me.
Exactly. But I mean, I am legitimately, what is going to happen next week?
We're gonna go through the hurricane. We're gonna go through Sky's last day, and also have Danny and Alicia try to get the answers that he's been looking for since he first showed up at the hotel.
Yeah, it's all gonna come to a head next week, and I am 100% here for it. A lot going on, but some more stuff we have going on. I want to get right into our news segment with Chae.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Okay, guys, so we have some news for you. Justina Adorno, who plays Yoli, is also going to be recurring on a new show. She's going to be on Roswell, New Mexico for season 2 as a recurring character. Entertainment tonight announced that Justina Adorno is joining the cast of the extraterrestrial drama in a recurring role when the show returns for a second season early 2020. Making her first appearance in episode 2 of season 2, Adorno plays Steph, who, according to the network, is a witty, sharp-tongued, well-educated woman who isn't afraid to express her opinions, even though they tend toward controversial in some circles. Steph never apologizes for being her entire self. Sounds like she'll fit in nicely. It's almost legit. Like, I'm listening, like, okay, Yoli, on Roswell.
When I read that, I was like, this character sounds oddly familiar to Yoli.
Yes.
So I think it sounds like she's going to absolutely kill that.
She's going to kill at that.
Absolutely, 100%. Well, I want to get straight into our predictions now, too, going into next week.
Oh,
And
Lord.
now, your AfterBuzz TV.
Predictions,
I love when stuff like this happens.
It's so much fun.
Yes, I mean, next week is the finale. I'm so sad. I'm actually not going to be here.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so sad. I'm not going to be able to celebrate this finale with you next week, but maybe I can Skype in with my thoughts.
I was saying, please Skype in with your thoughts.
I could probably Skype in, to be honest with you. But I just want to get into, what are your predictions for next week heading into the season finale? And do you think Grand Hotel is going to be renewed for season 2?
I hope that it gets renewed for season 2. When it comes to season finale, and because Lincoln told us, like, whoever we think it is, we could be wrong. So there's so many possibilities now, because we know it's not Mateo, unfortunately, because Nelson cleared him, which really just sucks.
Yeah.
And it can't be Santiago, because he didn't even know about Gigi in the rain with the blood. He's surprised. And because in my mind, it was a guy's, like, that hit her, obviously, with the shoes and everything.
Uh-huh.
But dang it, I'm like, either that leaves Jason, which would just be like, oh, what?
I think it's Jason.
It has to, like, I legit feel like it might actually be Jason, and only because she might have come clean to him about what she found out.
No, it's for sure Jason. Because remember last week.
I mean, what about Malcolm? Because he would be the most unassuming person, though.
Jason or Malcolm would definitely be the most unassuming people, and that's why I'm saying too, because like, remember last week, I just felt like Jason would, I don't think it's Malcolm, because I think Jason has been very interested in
Danny's investigation.
In his investigation. He's been
him not giving up.
Yeah, and him not giving up, and it's like he's keeping close tabs on him, I feel like. You know?
Yeah.
Like he's trying to know what he's doing so he can stay on top of what's happening. So I definitely think Jason is the killer, because he's also, he's so unassuming, and we got that big flash of them saying it's not who you expected.
It's not who you expected.
Everybody, and even when Lincoln was in here last week, he said everybody got it wrong.
Okay, so I'm down for either Jason or Malcolm. And if it's somebody else, I will be completely shocked. But I will be making our predictions as we watch the finale next week, so we will find out.
Yeah. I think it definitely, I mean, it could also be a girl, though, because it could have dressed up in men's clothing.
That is true. But then who?
I don't know.
What if it was Yoli?
I mean, it could be anybody at this point.
Oh my gosh.
But what if it was Yoli because she's jealous?
Well, because she said
Something
Sky
happened.
used her.
Very true. So she could have been mad and she could
Yes.
have done something about it. It's definitely somebody that
Was able to work with the computer to get the security shut off, like from her using her access card.
yeah, but it's also like it has to be somebody that Santiago really wants to protect. You know what I mean?
Then Helen, maybe?
Like this is a big deal. This isn't, I don't know how would, maybe Santiago, okay, now I'm going on another one. Maybe Santiago knows that Jason is his son
Okay.
and Jason is the killer. So he's trying to protect his son.
Okay, I could definitely. Okay, so. Oh, we took off. I have to find out. If not, we were both right.
Yes. So, guys, drop in the comments below your predictions because we want to hear from you. Next week is the season finale, and I 100% feel like it's going to get picked up for another season.
It has to.
It has to. There's two. It's been such a hit. This has been such an amazing roller coaster ride, and I've just really enjoyed watching this series, and I wanted to come back so that we can talk about it. Season 2.
Season 2.
But guys, you are definitely going to want to watch next week's after show episode. We might even have some special guests in the house. I don't know. You'll have to tune in next week to find out. But Chae, hit us with your social media and let everybody know where they can follow you.
You guys can follow me at Real Chae Jones on Twitter and Instagram. I'll also be doing 13 Reasons Why after show the rest of this week on Tuesday and Thursday night. And I can't get over the season. It's very well written. Like, it's so amazing.
And you can find me on Instagram at Rachel Swindler or on Twitter at Rachie Swin. I have thoroughly enjoyed being here with you guys this whole season. Can't wait to watch the finale. We love you guys, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.